Hey everyone, this is Carla R. Jenkins. Welcome to an all new episode of Projectized, the project management show, where I'm continuing the direct and managed project work series. So, for all new and live viewers, welcome. Projectize is the project management show where we discuss three things: the business of project management, how businesses use project management, and obtaining project management certification. So, as a certified project management professional, I am doing one process every week per the Project Management Body of Knowledge 6th edition. And I'm doing this to better educate my audience about project management if you do decide to pursue the project management professional or certified associate in project management exams. So, in the previous episode, I talked about the overall process, reading the definition, as well as doing the input. So, now I'm doing part two, which is tools and techniques. There are three of them. There's expert judgment, project management information system, and meetings. So I'm going to delve into each one of them and just give you professional project management experience. So for the first one, expert judgment, those are people and who already manage projects and done project execution. Now, you and the project team can rely on these individuals. Some may be stakeholders, they may be consultants or outside, but getting expert judgment to improve project execution because you're currently in the executing processing group with direct and managed project work, that would be extremely beneficial towards increasing your project management success. The second thing is project management information system. Now, normally that's software or some type of computer tool, but you can also have something physical like a file cabinet or some type of physical organization. And the reason why I bring up project management information system, I know a lot of people know about Slack, uh, MS Project, MS Teams, Confluence, Jira, that a lot of people who do Kanban, which is a form of agile project management, does. But project management systems are a form of a communication tool, and it can also be a technique too. So with these systems, they serve as communication. Think of it this way: people think of Slack as a workforce management, workflow management, which is true. But one of the reasons for the rise of project management is based on the creation of Jira, Atlassian, Slack, Asana, and Confluence because they needed a methodology or a way of managing the new communication. So that's where you have virtual teams, project management information systems, so that they can use those tools, techniques, and methodologies towards better managing workflow management. However, returning back to Slack, what most people think of as workflow management is actually also social media, because like Facebook, like LinkedIn, since we're dealing with project management, which is a subset of business, those two are social medias. Well, the same thing with Slack. So when I mentioned how these systems are served as communication tools for project execution and using Slack, then you understand how they intertwine. And as I mentioned before, 90% of your job as a project manager is communicating. You're currently in the executing processing group where you're doing the bulk of the work. That also means that you are reporting current results to your stakeholders or anybody who is an expert who needs to know the information regarding the component at a certain time. So going back to last week where we did develop project management plan and there were 10 subsidiary plans, you will be communicating the project progress regarding any one of those plans or baselines during the executing processing group. So here you're either you're working on the approved changes that came in through perform integrated change control, which is 4.6. We'll get to that. Or you are looking at corrective action where you're doing the work, you find an error, and you formally submit a change request, and you're currently working on that. Moreover, since this is executing in your project initiating management, which is the purview of project management, you also are communicating with the change control board and just making sure that everything flows smoothly. Finally, something I want to mention, especially since we're doing project management and I mentioned stakeholders, but you and your project team, you're also project stakeholders on the project. So don't divorce yourself from the process, especially during execution. Also, when you're doing executing, I talked about this previously in the next processing group with monitoring and controlling. What you're doing is comparing what you plan for in processing group versus the work you're currently doing now. So that's the reason why, even though this is executing, you're reporting the current process of the work you're doing in real time. You're also seeing whether or not, when you're doing the project work, it exceeds any of the thresholds, positive or negative, in all of those subsidiary plans and those baselines. Why? Because that would kick out a change request that you submit to the change control board. So for the PM information system, it tracks all of that. And you can also do reports for it and trend analysis to see how your work is performing or certain metrics are performing, and whether or not they are within or outside the threshold. If they are outside the threshold, you most likely have to hit a change control and submit one because it's outside. And the one thing you want to do for all of your project management plan is make sure you have the most accurate plan. So if anything is out of whack or beyond the tolerance of what you and the project team has originally agreed to in the planning process group, then submit a change. And then finally, you have meetings for tools and techniques. So with meetings, you're meeting with stakeholders, you could be meeting with suppliers, you could be meeting with your team, but meetings are very important in direct and managed project work because you want to be in a situation where you can make sure that everything is running smoothly, and you want to discuss or address the pertinent topics between you, the team, and appropriate stakeholders. I think that's the key word. And I'm on page 95 of the Project Management Body of Knowledge 6th edition. Appropriate stakeholders is very important. The reason why I use the phrase appropriate stakeholders is because you as a project management want to get the most out of your time with people. And so if you just keep having meetings to have meetings, that's counterproductive, and that could increase project failure. By just having the right meeting with the right people, it makes project success. It increases it because you're getting production out of it. So that's something that I wanted to also highlight. So that concludes this episode in the series of direct and managed project work, project management process. My name is Carla R. Jenkins. You can always watch Projectized Mondays through Fridays, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on YouTube Live, as well as Instagram Live and Periscope. Finally, I am partnering once again with Gray Campus this Saturday for weekend PMP training. They do have a deep discount for the training, and right now it's February as of this recording, meaning that this is a great opportunity to get ahead, to master the stuff, to pass it, and to receive your certification before the July 1st, 2020 PM exam change. So you can sign up at carlarjenkins.com/graycampus.pmp. Put that in the chat so that you could learn more about it, sign up, and I can look forward to seeing you on class starting this Friday, February 8th, which is 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, February 8th, 9th, and then we do it again on the 22nd and 23rd. So I would like to thank all live and replay viewers for taking out the time to watch this episode in the series, and I'll see everybody in the next episode of Projectized. Goodbye.